Okay, now most of us probably either don't have very fond memories or don't even remember at all the last time Chery was in our market. But that doesn't matter because today Chery is back and they are back with a vengeance. They have hit the market with two fully locally assembled models. This is one of them, the Omoda 5, very attractively priced from 108,000 ringgit to 118,000 ringgit, powered by a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. So making a big statement on its return with this going head on against the very popular Honda HR-V, Proton X50, Mazda CX-30 and Toyota Corolla Cross. So in today's video, what we want to know is whether, one, is the Omoda 5 good enough to take on all its popular rivals, and also can the new age of Chinese-made vehicles with such levels of sophistication be ready to take on the Malaysian market, to shake up the establishment, and also enough to make traditionally conservative Malaysian buyers look away from the established Japanese brands. So right from the front end, Chery starts off with a very sophisticated execution. Look at this elaborate front grille with the painted honeycomb design, okay, interspersed with this diamond-shaped chrome inserts here, the Chery logo here, as well as the front camera for the 360-degree camera, and also this subtle red highlight here to communicate that added sportiness. Here is the radar module for the ADAS system, okay, supplemented with a single camera up there. Here is the daytime running lights, but the main illumination of the beams are right here at the corner. So you come to the side, the red highlights continue on the wheels, the lower edge of the door, as well as the side mirror base. And you can see at the side mirror, the typical integration of the signal lights as well as the side camera for the 360-degree view. So check out the doors, okay? Look at this. When you open the front door, it opens all the way down. Similarly here at the side, okay? The door skin goes all the way down. So what it means is that although this is an urban vehicle, you don't expect it to go off-road or whatnot, but if you dirty the side of your car and you open this, because all this is open out, you can get in and out of the car without worrying about it dirtying your clothes. So at the rear you can see, well, it has the single bar tail light design. The 230T badge here represents that this has a turbo engine with 230 Newton meters of torque. And as we come down here, you notice the rear diffuser element has that mix of, well, elegant sophistication. It has this satin chrome surround with this trapezoidal shape, and also down here the trapezoidal theme continues. So here you can see they also put this surface detailing here. It's not really carbon fiber, but they've given the carbon fiber surface treatment here as well. And here is a plastic grain. So it's a grain plastic here. Well, it's not a cheap thing to do, okay? It's not a cheap thing to do. It's a nice touch to detail. And check this out. So if I move closely, this has powered tailgate. All right, open it up. So under here, you can see there's a hidden compartment under here. All right, and not a particularly big boot. You do have a 12-volt socket and you've got light over there. Let me just close this. Now, you check out the interior. Look at that, okay? So here, even at the rear seats, there's this additional side bolster. I'm 170 centimeters tall and I've got a fist of headroom above me. The lean behind me is good, okay? I've got good lean angle behind me. And let me just details inside. You've got a cup holder here, rear blowers, and a single USB port right here. So good legroom up in front of me, and also the door card here. Okay, so you've got this textured surface here, and you've got this satin bronze or gold finish right here. Okay, come to the front. Okay, now here is where Chery has done, I would say, a very clever job. Very, very clever. So this cabin, one look, it speaks high quality, but they've been very clever in the way they laid out that. They've obviously invested well in terms of the material selection. Everything looks good. And look closely here. So you've got this ambient lighting strip here as well. This is lighted. Okay, so you've got this touchscreen with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay from what I can see. Sorry, Android Auto, no Apple CarPlay, sorry, Android Auto only. You've got this virtual instrument cluster right here, wireless charging tray, and this is sort of like a suede surface, very clever. Down here, okay, this is another tray down here with a 12-volt socket here, and as I will bring you over to this side, USB and USB-C ports right at the side. So very clever storage solution here. Electronic shifter, okay, a touch button here to trigger the 360-degree camera, home screen, volume adjustment, electronic parking brake, auto hold, drive mode selection, molded cup holders. Down here, now let's look at this. Okay, this is deep. Okay, this is deep, and it's ventilated as well, so you can use here to put cold drinks. And you can see even under the cup holder there is also more hidden space, about a palm's worth of hidden space. So you see here, right, this what I really have to salute Chery is, see, all this is touch control. Okay, oh wow, okay, touch control, and what this means is that freed from the need to engineer buttons, they are able to invest in the materials to build a cabin with high perceived quality at a lower cost level than it would otherwise been if they've loaded this area with buttons. So this is very, very clever, almost like the Tesla playbook. Now look at this. The camera system is fantastic in terms of its resolution and also the image stitching. And what's more, let me try this out. So as I've put the signals, look at this. It even shows you this angle so that if you are, let's say, taking a turn, if there's a longkang here or whatever, you'll be able to see it. This is fantastic, and the way it recreates the image around, oh, brilliant. Look at this. Very, very photorealistic. Look at this. Okay, I show you the actual image out there to compare. Very, very good. Okay, now one area of complaint I will have to say is here. The rear view mirror, okay, now because the opening there is very small, this is a concave rear view mirror that makes the rear looks even further than it is. So yeah, rear visibility, sometimes when you look at the rear view mirror, it's a bit of a challenge to see through the back. And just want to show you the shape of the seats as well. Very sporty looking seats. Okay, and I would say overall the quality, the interior quality of this cabin is impeccable. It's beyond criticism for its price point, right? You paid 118,000 for this, and you get this level of quality. There really is nothing to complain. Nothing to complain. So the Omoda 5 here is powered by a 1.5 liter turbo engine mated to a CVT driving the front wheels. Performance is therefore thereabouts on par with the Proton X50 as well as the Honda HR-V Turbo. Not exactly earth-shattering, but brisk enough to not feel underpowered. And I have to confess, when I first got behind the wheel, I was actually, there were moments when I was thinking, hey, what gearbox is this? Is it a automatic or is it a DCT? Because it did not immediately feel like a CVT. But after reading up the specs and I paid closer attention to the sensations, yeah, it is a CVT. And therefore, I would say kudos to the Chery drivetrain calibration team for setting up the engine and gearbox, well, to work together so well. Okay, so in terms of performance, therefore, there really is nothing to complain with regards to the Omoda 5. It gives you just about more than enough in terms of shove, in terms of urge to get you around your town or even outstation at a decent pace. Not the most characterful powertrain, but it has more than enough to serve your needs. Now, in terms of the dynamics, ride comfort is also well judged, but the only, well, let's just say that the dynamics is good enough for majority of drivers in the sense that it is competent. It is competent, but if I were to compare this against the X50, it is obvious that the X50 benefited from the additional touch of magic from the Proton ride and handling team. You see, the thing with Chinese cars is that they are first and foremost comfort biased in their setup. Everything in their suspension tuning philosophy is geared towards ride comfort. They don't have the same kind of high-speed dynamic requirements that Europeans or Malaysians have. So their cars are set up first and foremost to be comfortable. They are set up with, well, safe handling, but they won't have the kind of high-speed stability or cornering prowess that a European car would possess. So right now, as I take this bend, okay, well, this is where it's not very confidence inspiring. I'm not getting any feedback from the steering. That is one. Yeah, it's all very vague. And the thing that I would say bothers me a bit about this car's behavior is that when you go over bumps, all right, the bouncing effect is noticeable. Okay, so the thing is, with this car, even after driving it for a couple of kilometers, I already know this is not a car that you want to push around too enthusiastically around corners. Now, is that a deal breaker? Not at all in the context of what it offers. It's more than enough for you to keep up with all the HR-Vs and Corolla Crosses on the road. So I would suspect that down the road, there is a lot of aftermarket suspension tuning potential for the Omoda 5. So yeah, steer it at high speed around bends, not particularly, what's the word for it? Confidence inspiring. So the Omoda 5 is really not the most engaging vehicle to drive around, but it does more than enough of what most drivers in this price bracket would expect of it. So my final verdict of this car is that, well, for less than 120,000 ringgit, it is a nice, fresh new option in the pool of B segment SUVs that people were previously looking mostly at the HRV, the X50. Now they have this that comes in at no less sophisticated a package, right? In that you have a 1.5 liter turbo engine, so performance is there. Handling is average, but features wise, you have adaptive cruise control, you have autonomous emergency braking, you have, you know, all the touch screens and all that. So it is a car that looks and feels modern and sophisticated. So for the money, the Omoda 5 here is fantastic value. So that's me, but I would like to hear your thoughts as well. Drop me what you think in the comment section below. Would you, for thereabouts of 110, 120,000 ringgit, looking for a B segment SUV, would you do this? Would you go with the X50, Honda HRV, maybe spend a bit more, slightly bigger Corolla Cross or Mazda CX-30? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.